today I attempt to trade for every starting quarterback in the NFL. Now this wheel is going to decide who we trade for first, so hopefully it doesn't give me like a Patrick Mahomes off the get-go. Looks like we're going to have to trade for Gardner Minshew, unless it keeps going. We have to trade for Matthew Stafford, which no quarterback we trade for today is going to be easy. Now I have no idea what it's going to take to land them here, considering every trade today will be done on the base difficulty. Now we have to spin this wheel of NFL teams to decide which team we use to trade. I mean, obviously the better team we get, the better players we have to trade away for quarterbacks. And for start, we get the Atlanta Falcons. And as we attempt this first trade for Matthew Stafford, what I didn't tell you guys is we only have 3 minutes to complete each trade. And every time we fail to complete a trade today, that's a copy of Madden 25 I gotta give away to a lucky subscriber. And hopefully we can successfully complete all 32 trades today, because dude, I gotta save up for Christmas presents. So I literally have no idea what this is gonna take. So let's just start off slow here. Let's go with Tyler Algier and Grady Jarrett, see how close this is. Let's test out the water. It's about halfway to being accepted, and my goal today is try to complete every trade for every quarterback using the bare minimum of what it takes. Let's see, Darnell Mooney added in, got a little bit closer. This shouldn't be way too difficult, so maybe from here we throw in a little draft pick. How about a third rounder from 2025? Submit this bad boy through, and we get our first quarterback of the day. Didn't even take the old trade god a full minute. Now I know this first trade seemed rather simple, but I promise you guys this challenge will get much harder, to the point where it's basically impossible. So let's see, next quarterback we're gonna have to trade for is gonna end up being, oh gosh, Drake Maye. And I'm telling you, dude, rookies in this game are so hard to trade for. It would definitely help if we got to use a team that had a lot of good players to trade away, and we're gonna have to use the Los Angeles Chargers. So here goes absolutely freaking nothing. Let me just prove to you guys how hard this is gonna be. Like the number 5 overall pick in the draft, which is insane in Madden. They value these picks so highly, which they should. It's top picks in the draft, but for Drake Maye, 73 overall rookie off the get-go, it's barely even over halfway to being accepted. So I do want to try to acquire Drake Maye without using that pick, which we might end up having to. I'd rather use the pick than have to give away a copy of Madden 25. I also don't want to have to trade away Justin Herbert either, and I need to stop the app and do, because we already used up 30 seconds. So let's see what the Patriots need. They do need a left tackle. Rashawn Slater's a good left tackle to trade away, so submit him in the deal. They also need a middle linebacker. I mean, we do have a rookie of our own in Junior Colson, so how about this straight up for Drake Maye, and it's in the green. Already a minute down the drain. Let's see if we can get out of here without having to trade away both our quarterback and a first-round pick. See, Christian Fulton, possibly good cornerback, submitted into the trade and didn't really budge at all. They also do need wide receiver, which is fair. The Patriots receivers are garbage. Josh Palmer, potentially. I might have to trade away Lab McConkey if this doesn't go through. That barely budged either. So not good. Half our time already allocated, and this is, again, probably not going to be one of the most difficult quarterbacks we have to trade for. So this challenge is going to get harder and freaking harder. How about a running back? J.K. Dobbins submitted into the deal, and it bumped up a little bit. So how about we do trade away Lad McConkey, see if they want the McConkey boy, and like they went backwards. So yeah, we're probably gonna have to use some draft picks, but I think we can get away without having to use our first, and we barely have a minute to go, so I need to stop being stupid here. J.K. Dobbins thrown back into the deal, and let's go with potentially a third-round pick, which that's nice. Submit this bad boy through, and with this, we successfully acquire our second QB of the day. No big deal, just 30 more to go. Now, next starting quarterback we have to trade for is going to be Bryce Young. Nope, it's gonna be the old veteran, Gardner Minshew. Give me a stinky team here. I want this to be a challenge. I have to use the Steelers. So if we're being honest, this is probably gonna be one of the easier quarterbacks we have to trade for today. So let's see what the bare minimum is we can trade away to acquire them. They need a defensive tackle. We can throw in, let's go, Montravius Adams. They also need a right tackle, which we have a rookie who we're not gonna trade away, but we could trade away Broderick Jones, who's a second-year player. Maybe this already will be accepted. It wasn't, but we're already getting somewhere. Need a right outside linebacker. We have Nick Herbig we could throw in. Submit this bad boy through, and the Steelers have themselves a brand new QB. I have a bad feeling we're gonna go from very easy to extremely difficult. Fourth quarterback we have to trade for is gonna be Baker Mayfield. While having to use, how funny would this be if it was the Browns? Not the Browns. It's gonna be the Raiders, who just had to get rid of their QB. I mean, I don't think this should be way too terrible. Let's see, the Buccaneers need a left guard. Do the Raiders have anybody of prominence here? Cody white hair Jackson Powers Johnson, young talented rookie. So maybe him straight up. Let's just test the waters here, and that is not promising. This might actually be a little bit more difficult than what I thought. Like, if it's already this hard to trade away for Baker Mayfield, imagine how hard it's going to be to trade for Patrick freaking Mahomes. 30 seconds in, how about Jackson Powers Johnson, Jack Jones for Baker Mayfield, and it's not even halfway. So we're going to have to probably throw in some big boys here. And I need a left in, and I really want to trade away Christian Wilkins. Let's see, left outside linebacker, Max Crosby. I'm not trading him away, but sometimes beggars can't be choosers. Andre James, quality center. Buccaneers need a center. Submit that through, and now it's finally halfway to being acceptable. We're already a minute in, so I need to stop being crazy here. Definitely don't want to have to give away a copy of Madden 25 because of Baker Mayfield. So let's see here, dude. Like, maybe I do go ahead and throw in Christian Wilkins, because for all I know, this might not be accepted. They are interested in him, though. So let's just see. Christian Wilkins for Baker Mayfield, straight up, and it's declined. So this shows you how hard it's going to be to trade for, like, the Mahomes, the Joe Burrows, etc. So let's see. We have a minute and a half to get this done, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to. So let's throw in Jacoby Myers, because we all know the Bucs need a receiver now, since all theirs are injured. So Christian Wilkins, Jacoby Myers for Baker's, it's still declined, but maybe from here we throw in a draft pick or possibly maybe a running back. Alexander Madison, like, is this good enough? Not quite. But how about we throw a quarterback of our own in, like Desmond Ridder? Like, is that enough to entice the Buccaneers? No. So let's go back to an Alexander Madison. We have 45 seconds to go, and from here, probably a measly little draft pick, like maybe a third rounder from 2025. Let's see. Can the Raiders acquire Baker Mayfield? Yes, they can. Did get a little stressful, though. I'm telling you, it's gonna get so much harder. Here we go, dudes. Next up, we have to trade for, please keep going, please keep going, please keep going, Daniel Jones. This should be easy, but that really all depends on what team we have to use here, and it looks like, ooh, the Denver Broncos are the one to bring in Daniel Jones. So I'm not gonna lie, we've been pretty lucky here starting off this video, but I just know our luck's gonna run out eventually. So let's see. They need a quarterback. I don't want to trade away Bo Nix, though, because I feel like that'd be accepted straight up. So let's go on to the next position in need, which is the center position, which we just have Luke Wattenberg. I'm sure the Giants don't want Lucas. So let's see, at the right end position, we have John Franklin Myers. So how about him straight up for Daniel Jones, because they do have some interest. Submit this bad boy through, and it's already super close to being accepted. Talk about freaking easy. Next, I need a left end, which I don't want to have to get rid of Zach Allen, but we could possibly do just Zach Allen straight up instead. So Zach Allen for Daniel Jones straight up, and the trade was accepted in record time. Here it is, dude. I'm telling you, a high-rated quarterback's coming soon. We almost had to trade for Patrick Mahomes already, but to be honest, it might be harder to trade for Caleb Williams. So we really need this wheel of NFL teams to be kind to us. Give us a team with a lot of good players to trade away, and of course, you get my freaking Tennessee Titans, who are garbage. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't even know if this is possible. Like, we have the 7th overall projected pick submitted through for Caleb Williams, and it's not even, what, like a 6th of the way to being accepted? Oh no, dude, this is gonna take like our best players. Like L'Jarius Sneed straight up for Caleb Williams. Let's submit this bad boy through, and again, dude, that's not even halfway. So thankfully, one of their top needs is the right end position, and we do have big Jeff Simmons, so it's probably gonna take him and L'Jarius Sneed. Now we're gonna submit this bad boy through, and it's still not halfway to being accepted. This might be our first failure of the day. We might as well go ahead and throw in Tony Pollard as well, see if that bumps it up at all. It's still not halfway. We're almost a minute in, and we're making no progress whatsoever. So I might go ahead and throw in that number 7 overall pick and see if now it's at least in the green, which it's not. This is so bad. This is so just not good. Like, who else do I even have that the Bears would want? Like, I probably have to throw in Tony Pollard. We just don't have any high-rated players. That makes this so much harder. Submit this through. It's in the orange at least. I'm getting stressed out at this point, to be honest with you. So let's go ahead and throw in our first-round pick from 2026. Submit this bad boy through, and it's in the yellow at least. So I guess we just go ahead and, in case this isn't accepted, throw in all of our first-round picks for Caleb Williams, L'Jarius Sneed, Jeff Simmons, Tony Pollard. Submit this bad boy through, and it's still declined. So we have a minute and 30 seconds to make some magic happen. So what I'm going to have to do is turn these first-round picks into 2025 first-round picks. So I'm going to have to, like, throw in somebody like a Calvin Ridley. Or, and the bad thing is, again, do we have, like, nobody good to trade away? So if we threw in, like, Chidobe Awuzie potentially, like, anybody out there, like, maybe even the Bears. Like, would the Bears give me their number 9 overall pick for these two players to make the bad boy through? And the trade was accepted. So while we have time here, like, half the time is being wasted by this freaking game kicking me back out to the gosh dang main menu. While we still have time, let's try to turn this 2027 first into something, I'm gonna have to just throw in Quandre Diggs, Roger McCreary. First team to have like a good pick, number 12 pick from the Broncos, submit it through. It's accepted. So now, maybe, just maybe, we have what it takes to bring in Caleb Williams. I only have 30 seconds to do so. I'm already getting super stressed out. And Caleb Williams is like much harder quarterbacks to have to trade for today. So L'Jarius Sneed, Tony Pollard, Jeff Simmons, throw in all these 2025 first round picks for Caleb Williams. We have 14 seconds. Let's submit this bad boy through. Please, dear God, thank the Lord. We cut that one way too freaking close. And you already see how hard this is. Like, imagine how impossible it's going to be to trade for Mahomes. So for my cortisol level's sake, hopefully we get somebody easier to trade for here so it's not as stressful. And Trevor Lawrence, dude, he's a young QB. It's not going to be a walk in the park. Hopefully get a better team than my Titans here. We're going to get the Saints. We can work with that. The good news for me is that he's only a 75 overall, so this shouldn't be the most impossible trade in the world, especially since the Saints have a lot of good high-rated players. Now, first position here, they need left outside linebacker. All we have is Willie Gay. They probably don't want him. The cornerback position, Paulson Adebo possibly. Now, middle linebacker, Demario Davis, we could use him maybe a little bit later. How about like a Carl Granderson type? So Willie Gay, Paulson Adebo, Carl Granderson for Trevor Lawrence. Submit this bad boy through, and it was accepted. Brother, I wish they all were this simple. All right, brother, next up, we're gonna have to go after, oh no, CJ Stroud's about to be impossible. He's gonna be more difficult than Caleb Williams. It is absolutely imperative that we land a big squad here, and I think the Cowboys should work. I mean, they got some ammo. Now, out of just like pure curiosity, I want to see like a guy like DeMarcus Lawrence, 5 overall, higher than him, submit it through, and look at that. Like I told you guys, this is gonna be harder than Caleb Williams, and I meant it. So what about like Dak Prescott, just straight up? Dak for CJ Stroud, and it's about halfway to being accepted, so if worse comes to worse, we could use him in a deal. I want to avoid that if possible, so like, just again, out of pure curiosity, what if we threw in like all 3 of the Cowboys first round picks that they own, 30 seconds in already, submit it through, and look at that, dude. Like, how are we even gonna make this work? So yes, it's gonna take some of the big boys from the Cowboys, especially Dak Prescott, so let's go ahead. I don't want to use like 2 major players. We're already a minute in though, so let's see. They need left outside linebacker, which obviously they have Micah Parsons. Like, I wonder if we could trade Micah Parsons straight up for CJ Stroud. Like, I mean, this would be kind of a fair trade in real life, to be honest with you, and it's not even halfway to being accepted, dude. That's how difficult it is to trade for 85 rated Stroud. They need corner. Good thing the Cowboys have some good ones like Trayvon Diggs. Let's see how much this bumps the deal up, and it's just barely over halfway, and we're over halfway of our allocated time already. So they also do need offensive guard, and thankfully we have Tyler Smith that they would want. Let's submit it through, and that's about the same as the Trayvon Diggs trade. So let's go ahead and throw in Trayvon Diggs, and let's see now, we at least like in the yellow, making some progress. So what if like from here, we went ahead and traded away those first round picks. So a 2025 first, 2026 first, and a 2027 first for CJ Stroud. Let's submit it through, and it's still declined, man. This is insanity. So I think we are gonna have to throw in, unfortunately, somebody like Dak Prescott. Let's see though, Micah Parsons, Tyler Smith, Dak Prescott. Actually, let's just go with those 2. We still have 30 seconds to go. Still decline. Starting to stress out a little bit. We have plenty of time though. 30 seconds is plenty of time. Throw in Tyler Smith. How about these 3 guys in one package? It's still declined, dude. So yes, it is going to take some draft picks because you only can throw in 3 players in one deal. So let's go with our 2025 first. Submit it through. Still decline. So we have 15 seconds. We are taking this bad boy down to the wire. Still declined again. So now is the point where I do start to get a little stressed out. So how about a 2027 second round pick? It's finally accepted. Oh my gosh, dude. It literally took Micah Parsons, Dak Prescott, Tyler Smith, a first in 2 seconds. Now, I have to ask, if you're a Houston Texans fan out there, like, would you have actually taken this package for CJ Stroud? That was too much, man. That was way too freaking much. So, like, give me a Will Levis. Like, that'd be easy to trade for. Or an Anthony Richardson type, which that one's kind of interesting since he is a young QB still. And we're going to have to trade for him with the Chicago Bears. Now, he's only a 72 overall, so I wouldn't expect this to be the hardest trade of the day. What's going on, dude? They need an outside linebacker, TJ Edwards. I was trying to look at the left outside linebackers, but Madden's not letting me freaking do that. So, TJ Edwards, just straight up. Like, is this going to be accepted? It is not. So, that actually shows you right there, this is going to be a lot harder than what I anticipated for a 72 rated QB. And with that, we already have 30 seconds off the clock. So, Cole Kmet, they do need a tight end. And at left outside linebacker, again, can Can we check this time? What's going on? Like, what's happening? We're throwing TJ Edwards again. And at cornerback, we do have Kyler Gordon and Jalen Johnson. So let's try this package for Anthony Richardson. And it's a little bit over halfway. So what if we took all this out and just went straight up Jalen Johnson for Anthony Richardson? Like, this possibly would be seen as a fair trade. It's declined, but it's well on in the green. So maybe from here we can make something happen. So from here, if we just threw in TJ Edwards, can we bring in Anthony Richardson? Yes, we can. Ended up being a little bit harder than what I thought, though. Give me like a Will Levis. Let me have a simple little trade session. Oh, please, 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 keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. You know what, though? We'll take Russell Wilson. Now, how funny would this be if it landed on either the Seahawks or the Broncos? It's going to land on the Jets. Now, with Russell Wilson being 35 and only having 1 year left in his contract, this should be one of the easier trades we have to complete today. Let's see, they need wide receiver, and we have a lot of good ones. Like, what about, I don't know, Alan Lazard, maybe Xavier Gibson, just straight up? Already halfway to being accepted. So, like, is it as simple as, like, Mike Williams for Russell Wilson? And I feel like the Steelers would love to add Mike Williams with the receiver room, and it was accepted, dude. What an easy trade. Have a bad feeling our next quarterback won't be so simple, and we're gonna have to trade for Dak Prescott. And with Dak being a pretty high-rated quarterback, we definitely could use a good team here, and we get my choice. Like, I didn't even know that was an option here. And I think to cause chaos, we're going to use the Eagles. Now, if worst comes to worst, we could always use Jalen Hurts in the deal, although he's only 84 rated, but that X factor should help out his trade value a little bit. But they do need a left tackle, and we have Jordan Mailata, which he is the same overall as Dak, but I feel like this isn't going to be like halfway. It's about there. That's a little bit better than what I anticipated, so possibly this won't be too stressful. They also need a right outside linebacker, which we have Josh Sweat that we could use. They also need a defensive end, and we do have Jalen Carter. Mailata, Josh Sweat, Jalen Carter for Dak Prescott himself, and it's not accepted, but this is good progress. Let's take out Sweat and try to add somebody a little bit better. Now, we do have not the best center. Maybe they want Lane Johnson, nice little high-rated right tackle. So Lane Johnson, Jalen Carter, Jordan Mailata for Dak Prescott, and it's in the green officially. And now that I think about it, how insane would it be not to trade away Jalen Hurts, but to throw in Saquon Barkley? Because we all know the Cowboys need a star running back. So Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson, Saquon Barkley for Dak Prescott. And the trade was officially accepted. Literally got this one done in half the time. Now, if you're a Cowboys fan, would you have accepted this offer for Dak? Now, next up, we have to trade for Tua while using, oh my gosh. Oh, we got so lucky with the Rams. Thought we were about to have to use the Panthers. I mean, being an 85 rated quarterback in his prime, this isn't going to be too simple. And the problem is the Rams don't have that many high rated players, so it probably will take one of these receivers, but the Dolphins already had good receivers themselves. So this might not be that simple of a trade. I mean, with Cooper Kupp, it's already like close to halfway to being accepted, so at least makes me feel a little bit better. But what else do they even want? Like a right guard, Kevin Dotson? And they don't have a good deep tackle, and that's what they need. How about right tackle? We only have Rob Havenstein. So let's submit this package through and see where we're at. And it's a little bit more than halfway. So what if we do go ahead and add in a couple draft picks? So let's go with a future first, and also we'll do a 2027 first, which is kind of a crazy package, but not that bad since all these players are kind of older. It's made it through, and it's, oh, that's insane. That's crazy. But outside of this, it should be simple enough, like a 7th round pick from 2027, and Tua Tagovailoa is officially a Los Angeles Ram. Now, to be honest with you, like, I don't even know which team won this trade. Now, there still are a few stinkers on this wheel, but a lot of them are very, very good quarterbacks, like Jaden Daniels. Oh no. He's higher rated than Caleb Williams. It is more important than ever that we get a good team here. And oh no. The Broncos? I mean, I have no idea how we're going to make this work, but you best believe I'm going to try my darndest. So, like, obviously, it's probably going to have to contain Patrick Surtain, their only player over 90 rated. So, like, off the get-go, I'm just going to try this straight up, and it's not even halfway to being accepted. I might be screwed. So, the Broncos draft pick is projected, like, as number 12. So, we're probably gonna have to use those as well. So let's see, like, we have Garrett Bowles that we can trade away. We also have Quinn Miners, and that's like all I have, dude. So we're gonna submit this through, and it's not even halfway yet. So we're gonna have to be very, very strategic here in these next 2 minutes. So let's go ahead and throw in all of these draft picks and see how close this is. It's It's in the green at least, but we're still so far away, man. So from here, we're gonna probably have to trade up and try to get the #1 overall pick. Like, that's the only way I see this being possible. Or we could just go ahead and get the #2 pick from the Commanders. So let's see, Javonte Williams. Let's throw in one of these receivers, see if this is enough. And we do get the #2 overall pick. So we need to turn these also into some high first-round picks. Like, who has the #1 projected pick in this game? Where are you? You're wasting my time. Oh, of course, it's the freaking Panthers. Should have known. So they need a quarterback, and we could go ahead and trade away Bo Nix. So let's just try this. It's declined, unfortunately, but we still can do this. We can do this. Cortland Sutton potentially. Josh Reynolds maybe instead. Oh, no good. No good lineman. Do we have another good cornerback we trade away? Riley Moss potentially. I have no idea. I'm kind of wasting time here. Declined again, but I can trade away one of our draft picks. That's the thing. We can trade away like a 3rd round pick. This should be enough. We have a minute to go. We get ourselves the #1 overall pick, and I do know it's the New England Patriots that have the #3 overall selection, so we already know we have to get this from them. So now we're going to trade away Cortland Sutton, and we have 40 seconds, dude. 40 seconds to make this happen. So let's throw in our 2027 first, our 2027 second, and also throw in, let's see if this is enough. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. And it's not, but we're getting somewhere. We have 30 seconds. It's fine. It's fine. No stress. No stress. No stress. Okay, I'm starting to stress. I can't find any good players. So my goal should be enough here, and it is. So I literally have 13 seconds here, dude. Literally our top 3 rated players, and the #1, #2, #3 overall draft picks for Jaden Daniels, and thank God the trade was accepted. I was worried it wasn't gonna be. Somehow 13 trades in, my bank account's still safe. Now that I said that, watch this be where I get a Mahomes, a Burrow, Allen, who are literally impossible, and like Jordan Love's gonna be pretty tough to trade for too. Hopefully I can get a decent team here though. Oh no, oh no, oh no. That is literally the worst case scenario. They literally have one player over 85 rated. What also sucks because of the last trade, the Patriots no longer have the 1st round pick, but we should still be able to acquire him here. Like, we could trade away Drake Maye for him. Let's not waste way too much time. They need some linebacker help. We have Juwan Bentley. We also have Jelani Tavai here. So let's just try this. They're interested in both of these fellas. For your quarterback though, is that enough? Not quite. Just keep on scheming. Like, surely they want Christian Gonzalez. Like, he's such a good player. Christian Gonzalez, Tavai, Juwan Bentley for Jordan Love, and that's in the yellow now, so we should be golden here. Should be golden. So maybe even that 2nd round pick we have is enough. Is it? Yes, it is. Surely all the Patriots fans out there would be over the moon about this. A lot of stinkers and studs left. A lot of stinkers and studs. So this could go 2 completely separate ways. And we got to go after Bo Nix this time with the Miami Dolphins. Now, even though Bo Nix is a rookie, I don't think this trade should even come close to how hard the Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels trades were. But hopefully my hypothesis is correct. They need an outside linebacker, which we do have Jalen Phillips, which they could potentially want, which they do. So how about Jalen Phillips for Bo Nix straight up? And to be honest with you, dude, this trade I think is actually gonna be harder than what I thought. But it shouldn't be way too hard though. Middle linebacker Jordan Brooks, I want to get rid of him. Now we do have Bradley Chubb. Do want him. Submit this one through, and we're a little bit over halfway now. So I have plenty of time to work a deal here. No stress at all. I bet Javon Holland, Jordan Poyer potentially. He's a little bit older. Phillips, Bradley Chubb, Jordan Poyer for this deal. It's in the orange now, so maybe we add in a couple draft picks here. See if we can avoid using one of our first though. So let's try 2 second rounders. Let's submit this through. Trade was accepted. Now, if Tua did ultimately retire and they needed a new quarterback, like, I don't think they'd be happy with giving this up for Bo Nix. Unfortunately, I have a feeling we're due for a big boy here. Oh no, keep going, please, 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 please. We almost had to trade for Josh Allen, but instead we get Jameis. Oh my God, dude, has to go to the 49ers. Now, this might actually end up being the easiest trade of the entire day, and you best believe I'll take it. Let's just try this. Josh Dobbs and Brandon Allen for Jameis Winston. How about this one? It's close. Go find ourselves a little stinker player like Patrick Taylor. How about that? Is that enough for Jameis? No, it's in the green though. How about our backup center? This should be plenty enough to bring in a brand new QB for the San Francisco 49ers. And with that, let's officially welcome Jameis. Best believe Brock Purdy's shaking in his boots. We're gonna go from Jameis to Mahomes, aren't we? No, we're gonna go from Jameis to Kirk. Give me the Vikings, dude. That'd be perfection. It's gonna give me the Jags. That definitely makes it harder. I mean, Kirk's a decent rated quarterback, but with him being 36, he probably won't be the hardest players to trade for, but with the Jags not having that many high-rated players, it might be a little bit more difficult. Let's see what we can get away with here. They need a defensive end, and they have Eric Armstead. Let's throw him in there. They also need a guard. Which guard can we trade away Brandon Scherr for? Ezra Cleveland. Let's go with him. Also, they need a cornerback. We can throw in, let's do Ronald Darby. Let's see how close this package gets us. A little bit over halfway, which is fair. So instead of that, let's go with Tyson Campbell. Eric Armstead, Tyson Campbell for Kirk Cousins, and is making some progress. So I think our final piece of the puzzle is probably going to be Brandon here. I have a feeling this is going to be accepted. Not quite. We probably will have to go with a few draft picks here. Like a third and a fourth from this year probably should be enough. Super close. Let's go ahead and throw in another future fourth round pick, and let's bring, just kidding. Screw it. Let's make it to this year's fourth. Submit it through. Kirk Cousins is a Jag. Over halfway now, and the trade god still hasn't failed yet. I know it's coming though. Who's the wheel gonna give me this time? Almost got Lamar Jackson, and oh, we get Geno Smith. We do. Who's got to trade for Geno here? It was almost his original team, but instead we get the Colts. Geno, another one that shouldn't be way too difficult. They need some guards, and we definitely have Quentin Nelson, who I don't want to have to trade away. Will Fries potentially. They also need an outside linebacker. We got EJ Speed, and maybe a cornerback thrown in here like Jalen Jones. How about this package for Geno? And it's declined. So instead of Jalen Jones here, how about we throw in Braden Smith? I got a feeling this is going to be accepted. It's not, but it's super close. So from here, it shouldn't be too difficult. Like maybe a fourth from this year and potentially a fourth from next year. Is that enough to bring Geno Smith to the Indianapolis Colts? Yes, it is. Somebody might need to show this to Chris Ballard. I know we're not going to keep getting away with this nonsense, though. We're due for one of the higher-rated quarterbacks, and we're going to have to trade for Justin Herbert, which is definitely not going to be a simple task. Having a good team to trade with would make it simpler, though, and we're going to get the Baltimore Ravens. We take that. Now, this trade will probably end up being easier than what it should be, because for some reason, Justin Herbert's only an 83 rated. I say that I've already wasted 10 seconds of our time here, so I don't need to be way too dumb, because it's not going to be like super easy, but not way too hard either. So, need a wide receiver, so we have Zay Flowers we could trade away. They also need a defensive end, and we have a few that we could trade away. Travis Jones, potentially. Maybe a linebacker. We got Roquan Smith, but I don't have to get rid of him if I don't have to. How about Odafe Owe? So, Zay Flowers, Travis Jones, Odafe for Justin Herbert, and it's declined, but there's some promise there. So they need an offensive guard, but unfortunately don't have one that they probably want. A Michael Pierce thrown in here. Zay Flowers, Travis Jones, Michael Pierce, and it's in the yellow. We might be able to hit him with a few draft picks here. So a very late second round pick from this year, and just go ahead and throw in our third from this year too. Is this enough to bring in one of the best quarterbacks in the entire league? No, it isn't, but we're getting super close. So we'll just go ahead and make that a third from 2027 as well. That's just always insane to me. So instead, how about a 2026 third? That enough? Come on now. So let's make it a 2026 second round pick instead. And with that, Justin Herbert is now a Baltimore Raven. Like I said, dude, I feel like it would take so much more than this in real life for somebody to bring in Justin Herbert. All right, boys, who we get here? Oh, it's gonna be Brock Purdy, and that's not gonna be easy, especially if we don't get a good team to trade with here, and we're gonna have to use the Packers, which is manageable. He's 87 overall, only 24 years old, so this is gonna be a tough one, boys. Like, we're gonna have to get rid of some of these better Packer players. They do need a left guard. We have Elkton we could trade away here. We need a left outside linebacker. I don't have a good one here. Eric Wilson, Quay Walker we could throw in. At right tackle, we have Zach Tom, don't we? He's a good 84 rated tackle. So how about Elkton Jenkins, Quay Walker, Zachary Tom for Brock Purdy? He's probably be rejected about halfway. A little bit more than halfway. So let's take out Quay Walker and find somebody else to add. Already a minute in, so we have plenty of time, but like, I don't need to be way too complacent here. So Xavier McKinney, is that enough? Come on, accept this trade, Niners. They didn't, but it's in the green now. How about instead of Xavier McKinney, dude, we just go ahead and throw in Jair Alexander? So I want to try and not trade away draft picks if I don't have to, but I still don't know if this will be accepted. It's not, but it's super close. So let's see if we can get away with doing something crazy here, like 3 7th round picks, you know, just to pay homage to Brock Purdy, who is Mr. Irrelevant. So Elkton, Zach Tom, Jair Alexander, and 3 7ths. Is this enough? No, it isn't. Should have known. Make that like a 5th round pick from 2027 and call it a freaking day. That's just crazy, dude. Like, what are we doing? Make it a 5th from this year. Let's bring Brock Purdy to the Green Bay Packers. There's still like, what, 5 90+ rated quarterbacks to go, so we're just not out of the woods just yet. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Josh Allen. By far going to be the hardest one yet. So it is more important than ever that we get one of the better NFL teams to trade with here, and we're going to get the Eagles for a second time. There's potential here. You best believe I'm going to end up having to use all 3 of these minutes here. So obviously, just off the get-go, I'm just going to trade away like our highest rated players like A.J. Brown. Go ahead and throw in Saquon Barkley and just see what the Bills are thinking right here. And okay, so I'm not going to lie. I thought that was going to be so far off. So at the end of the day, this might not be way too bad. So let's see if we can make this deal happen without actually having to trade away Jalen Hurts. They need a free safety, and we have Reed Blankenship, we have C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Like, is this enough? No. But outside of that, like maybe just a few Mickey Mouse draft picks, like a second, a third, and maybe like a third from 2026. Like, is it that simple to bring in Josh Allen? Of course it's not. Like, of course. But if we swap this bad boy into a future second round pick, I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to acquire themselves one of the best quarterbacks in the entire National Football League. We got so lucky we got the Eagles, though. And this is another tough one for Eagles fans, dude. Like, would you do this to bring in Josh Allen? That's one superstar quarterback off the board with plenty to go. And it looks like now's finally going to be the time. We have to acquire Will Levis. Now, who's going to be that unfortunate team out there that has to trade for him? Oh, it's going to be my choice. Let's give him to the Panthers. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, he's the lowest rated starting quarterback in all of Madden 25. So this shouldn't be way too tough or anything. Like, I want to see if I could just trade Andy Dalton for him straight up. Like, how funny would this be? Was halfway to getting there. So on top of Andy Dalton, what is it going to have to take? Like a washed up Miles Sanders. Anybody else washed up we can add in? DJ Wonnum. He's going to be the guy to bring in Will Levis to Charlotte. Not quite, but it's pretty close. And to be honest with you, just going to throw in a bunch of 7th round picks, and that should be enough to acquire the mayonnaise man. Like, come on, give me a break. Make it a 6th rounder instead. And that's officially enough to bring in Mr. Mayonnaise. Unfortunately, for my cortisol levels, not many stinkers left here on this board, and we're going to have to go after Jared Goff, which isn't going to be that easy, especially if we don't get a good team to trade with here. Oh god, of course. Now, we already traded for Caleb Williams once today with my Titans, so surely we can find a way to acquire Jared Goff. I mean, they need right in. We have Jeffrey Simmons here. Like, if I'm a Titans fan, as much as I like Jeff Simmons, if that meant we could bring in a franchise quarterback, dude, I'd do this all day, every day, and it's a little bit more than halfway to being accepted. Get rid of Chidobe Awuzie too. Like, he's barely played for us whatsoever, and it's declined again, but we're getting somewhere. No stress. Also, I wouldn't mind getting rid of Harold Landry. Like, he hasn't done way too much, and he costs too much for us. So Jeff Simmons, Awuzie, Harold Landry for a new franchise QB. It just always takes the fun out of it, doesn't it? Now I think my masterclass of adding in 3 7th round picks should be enough to see this deal through. And as a Titans fan, dude, I would pull off this trade in a heartbeat. Anybody but Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow's bad. Kyler Murray is more manageable. Anybody but a complete stinker here, and we should be okay. And the Raiders, they're gonna be rough. Now, thankfully in this game, Kyler's under 80 rated, so I feel like this shouldn't be an issue. And they need defensive ends. We have Christian Wilkins, we have Malcolm Kuntz, a cornerback, and Nate Hobbs. Don't we have a decent right tackle here? We have Bayer Munford Jr. All right, let's just throw in Andre James. Let's just see how close this gets us. And that's actually a lot closer than what I expected, so this shouldn't be an issue. You know what, dude? Let's just throw in Gardner here. See if this is enough. Not quite, but it's in the green, so we're cooking a little bit. I would throw in more players if I could, but I think it's draft pick time. I think a third possibly should be enough. I'm not gonna lie, dude. If I'm the Raiders, I make this trade ASAP. Cardinals fans gotta be livid here. So who we got next? Derek Carr, which is another manageable one, especially considering we get to use the Steelers. Only 77 rated. We've completed much more complex deals today. Let's see if we can have a straight up trade here. Pat Freiermuth for Derek Carr, 6 overall, higher than Derek. We've already made some progress. Let's see if we can make this a players only trade here. Like, maybe we could throw in Jalen Warren, and maybe a little Elandon Roberts action. Is this enough to bring in Derek Carr? It's not, but it's getting closer. Instead, maybe we throw in Cole Holcomb. Still declined. They do need tackle help, and we have Keanu Benton that we could throw in, and apparently he was the missing piece. Brother, we are on a generational run right now, but I have a bad feeling that's going to be ending soon. Oh, stop, please. Stop on Bryce. Thank God. We can save Lamar Jackson for later. Why on earth do the Bears want Bryce? Insane to me. This guy was just a #1 overall pick just a year and a half ago, and as an Alabama fan since birth, dude, like, it's just insane to me what's happened to him in the NFL. It's just crazy. Let's trade for him. Shouldn't be that hard. We have multiple wide receivers we could trade away. Like, do I just go veteran for a young quarterback? Like, do I just go ahead and make this deal get accepted straight up? Nah. We can get him for less. Maybe throw in Gerald Everett here. Let's throw in one of these defensive ends like Montez Sweat. No. Let's go. I don't know what to do here. One of these outside linebackers, TJ Edwards, don't want to get rid of him. Maybe Kyler Gordon, possibly Jonathan Owens. Okay, so that's just not what I was anticipating whatsoever. So it's definitely getting gear here. So Bryce Young isn't the first quarterback I failed to trade for today. How embarrassing would that be? So maybe I do go ahead and trade Keenan Allen straight up for Bryce Young. That's insane. So now I guess we throw in Cole Kmet, and then we have to probably throw in somebody else pretty good, Montez Sweat. They just never in a million years would submit this trade in real life, but we're gonna try it to complete this challenge, and it's still declined. I'm starting to get a little nervous now. Do I have to throw in some draft picks, like the number 9 overall selection? It's still not accepted. This is nuts. Throw in the second rounder though, get it over with. But never in a million years did I think this was the package it was gonna take to bring in Bryce Young. Promise you, Bears fans not happy with this one. There's still 3 quarterbacks over 92 rated left on the board, and we're gonna get to skip Joe Burrow for now. But Jalen Hurts, I tell you right now, is not gonna be the easiest puppy to trade for. Definitely need a good team, and we're gonna get the Bengals. Now, the good thing for me is he's not very high rated, and there's like a lot of good players in this Bengals team. Like, they need a defensive end, and we could just go ahead and try Trey Hendrickson straight up off the rip. See if this is good straight up. Oh my god. Well, that's definitely the quickest trade we've had completed today. A handful remain. A ton of absolute bangers, and we get to go with Sam Darnold. At least the stress levels haven't peaked just yet. We have to use the Seahawks. Now, even though he's been incredible IRL this season, with this being Madden, this trade shouldn't be way too complex. Like, I wonder if we could throw in like a Zach Charbonnet type. They need defensive end as well. Like, I don't want to get rid of Leonard Williams. I would get rid of Reed though. How about offensive guard? Got Laken Tomlinson we could trade away. I feel like this should be enough for Sam Darnold. And it is! Brother, this was the simplest, quickest back-to-back trades of the day yet. 4 pretty good quarterbacks left on the board here, and we're gonna have to trade for Joey B. And talk about needing a good team to trade with. Let me tell you guys, that's so important here, and I'm gonna have to use the Chargers. Wish me luck, brethren, because I have no idea how I'm about to make this happen. Like, I'm gonna have to trade all 3 of our best players. I just don't know if this is even gonna be close. I'll try it, and that's actually a little bit better than what I thought. So it's off the get-go, because I just know we're probably gonna have to end up trading draft picks as well. Just going off the rip, just trying to make sure we find a way to complete this trade one way or another. Justin Herbert going into the deal, and it's in the green now. Do we have the draft picks already to make this happen? Because the Chargers do already have top 5 picks. So we might have lucked out once again. So how about just the 5th overall selection for Joe Burrow, and it was accepted. Oh my gosh. Told you guys in the trade god. Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes are the 3 quarterbacks remaining, and we have to start here with the veteran. How funny would it be if we got the Packers here? Oh no, we get the Patriots. Aaron Rodgers on the Patriots is crazy. Now, with him being 40 years old, this shouldn't be a problem. I want to try to get him for the bare minimum possible though. At the same time, I want to see, just out of pure curiosity, with like a Drake Maye for Aaron Rodgers trade be accepted straight up. Like, this could be another one of those quick trades, and it's not. Only halfway to being accepted, so that's actually kind of interesting. We need a DM. We have Christian Barmore we could trade away. We also need a center, and all we have is David Andrews. At tight end, we also have Hunter Henfrey, so what about this package? Honestly, only feeling about halfway here. A little bit more. So what sort of draft picks would this take? Like, is a second rounder from this year enough? Yes, it was. Again, dude, that's super simple. I'm sure the Jets wish that's all they had to trade away for them. It all comes down to this. It's like pick your poison. Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes are both going to be pretty much impossible to trade for, and we got to start with old Lamar. My perfect streak is in jeopardy big time, and talk about needing to get lucky with the team we get here. And for the first time today, we get the Buffalo Bills. What a script. Got a bad feeling this is going to take the full-on 3 minutes here. Now, I do have Josh Allen in my back pocket, which I'm probably going to have to use him regardless. So let me just try it straight up. Josh Allen for Lamar Jackson. Let's see how close this gets us. It's in the orange, so there is some potential. Let's see what else it'll take on top of that. We got Amari Cooper now, so we just go with our highest rated players like Josh Allen, Amari Cooper for Lamar Jackson. Submit this bad boy through, and it's in the yellow. So on top of that, what do the Ravens need? They need defensive end, especially on the right side. We do have Von Miller, but he might be too old for him. Like, funny enough, they're not interested in any of these guys. Let's try it though regardless, and it is in the green. So from there, we're gonna have have to throw in some draft picks, and we have 2 minutes. The issue is the Bills draft pick is projected to be super late in the first round, so I don't know if we're going to have to try and trade up. So let's try 1 first-round pick. It's in the green. What about a 2nd first-round pick? Let's go with our 2027 first. Submit this bad boy through. Still declined, and it's kind of scary because I only have 1 more first-round pick, but if I do have to trade up, I still have 1:40, so we should be golden, I believe. Josh Allen, Amari Cooper, Von Miller, and 3 first-round picks for Lamar Jackson, and the trade was still declined. Oh no. Like, I really don't see any space there. Like, that green bar is completely filled up, dude. It's alright though, I'm not gonna stress, All I have to do is just trade up a little bit, man. So this first-round pick, let's trade it up to, like, I don't know, 14 with the Saints, just trying to be fast here. But I don't know, throw in like Ray Davis, throw in Curtis Samuel. Hopefully that's enough. It's declined. I don't have time to mess around like this, dude. Matt Collins submitted into the deal. Saints accept. Now, surely this package is going to be enough to bring in Lamar Jackson. Ended up being a little bit more stressful than what I was hoping for, but this should be accepted, right? Thank God. Now, everything comes down to Patrick Mahomes. I've been so freaking lucky with this wheel. Like, imagine we get the Panthers or something here. We get, I can't do the Bills again, although I would absolutely love to. Bills would be too easy. Give me a little bit more of a challenge. At least give me a different team. Please, dear God, be kind to me here. They're gonna give me the Minnesota freaking Vikings. Can we make it work? Imagine Patrick Mahomes paired up with Justin Jefferson. So here goes freaking nothing, dude. Now the problem is, unfortunately, yes, I'm gonna have to trade away Justin Jefferson. It's the only way this deal is gonna be possible. So no, we're not gonna get the combo Mahomes and Justin Jefferson. You can save that for your wet dreams. So let me just see. Mahomes for Justin Jefferson straight up, and it's not even halfway to being accepted, which is insanity. Absolute insanity. That also sucks that we don't have a good quarterback to trade away, because that would be massive in this deal. Now I'm actually starting to get stressed out. They do need a left tackle, and we do have Christian Darrisaw, who they do want. Hopefully this is at least over halfway, and it is, but not by way too much, which is very, very unfortunate. So also maybe they want Aaron Jones. Hopefully they do. I really hope they do. They don't really. That's not good. That's just not good. TJ Hawkinson, possibly. Oh no. I really don't know about this, boys. Do I just go ahead and throw in all of our first round picks? Luckily, our first round pick's pretty high. Let's see where this gets us. It gets us in the yellow. We have 1:40 something seconds to get this going. Is the timer freeze? What's going on? So let me go ahead and try to trade up here. Let's do that. Only have 1:30 seconds to get this done. We have the first overall selection from the Panthers here. Throwing Sam Darnold. We're throwing Jordan Addison. I just need to get this done quickly. Get this done ASAP. And again, our first from 2026. I forget, is it the Patriots that have the 2nd pick? Patriots have the 3rd pick. We can work with that. Again, it's going to take a pretty decent player like Jalen Naylor. I don't know why I picked him. I'm trying to go fast. Trying to go fast. Come on, gotta be faster than this. Brian O'Neill. Hopefully this is enough. It is. Thank God. Now, unfortunately, I have no idea who has the 2nd pick. And I saw somebody with the 5th. I don't know who has the 2nd. Come on. Oh, who's it? The Commanders? All right, I can't be too anal about this. Stephon Gilmore, Cameron Bynum, just all the high-rated players that I see. Hopefully this is enough. Please, dear God. Please, dear God. Thank the Lord. Hope to God, dude. I hope to freaking God this is enough, or we are screwed. We literally have 20 seconds left. Patrick Mahomes, submit this bad boy through. It's declined, but we still have a few pieces we could trade away, like TJ Hawkinson. Hopefully this is enough. It's not. We might be screwed. This might be where we fail for the very first time. It's declined again. Oh no. Harrison Smith, is this enough? It's a G freaking G, dude. Gosh dang it. We had to trade both Aaron Jones, TJ Hawkinson, 2 second-round picks, a 4th and a 7th for Charvarius Ward from the 49ers. And even that wasn't enough. From there, I had to upgrade a cornerback, bringing in Jair Alexander. And finally, it was enough. Which, of course, Mahomes ended up ruining our day, which means I do have to give away a copy of Madden 25 away to a subscriber, which I'm going to do so over on my Instagram account. I actually have like 7 copies I have to give away for videos, so you still have time to go over to the Instagram and follow. I'll be posting about that giveaway super soon. Now, if you enjoyed watching me trade for all 32 quarterbacks, you can click right here to watch me start a franchise mode where I have to trade for a new quarterback each and every week with the goal of winning the Super Bowl. Now, if you're still here, click that sub button. Trying to become the first ever YouTuber to hit 1 billion subs. Getting super close.